One thing that I noticed several people commented as a challenge in the environment is children being bored with spaces or not really engaging with the materials. Instead, the students would come to a center and create messes and explore for a minute, but then just leave. It's almost like they're moving through the center, as one student put it, which I thought was a really good way to kind of capture what was happening. I think a lot of that is related to the interactions the children are needing in that center, but yet aren't being offered. And this assignment is going to help you to do this. This assignment, words, inquiries, and actions, is really focusing our attention on the teacher's role in a center in the moment. So not the preparation. Our last chapter and module, we're talking about the environment. So we were talking about the preparation, the materials, how you set it up. Now we're going to think about your actions during this playtime, during centers. What are you doing? What are you saying? Where are you? So I'm going to walk through this first one. I would encourage you to turn to page 85 in your textbook. Use this page. This page will make this assignment so much easier and help you target. But I really want you to be specific in your questions. So when you look at page 85, which is the image I have over here on the right-hand side of the screen, those are stems. But I want you to make those stems applicable to the actual centers. So questions to help children plan what they're going to do in Block Center. Okay, so I could say, tell me about your plan, but I would like you to think about it a little bit more. So perhaps it's, today we were reading about construction sites. What type of construction site could you build today? So you're getting the children to think about what they were doing somewhere else in the classroom and to apply that in a creative way in this center play. You're helping to give them purpose, to plan. When they're stuck or need encouragement, you could say, I see that the tower and bridge keep falling. How could you use supports towards the middle to keep this from happening? So I'm thinking about a common challenge when children are building of where things fall apart, trying to draw their attention to the different types of blocks. I'm giving them an idea without telling them, hey, put supports more towards the middle, but yet I'm drawing their attention to that. Getting them to explain their thinking deeper. So this red circle, okay, now that you have your two towers built, what would happen if you used that long board to connect them? Now, I would think perhaps you're giving them, in some ways, a very challenging idea or a bad idea, but getting them to ponder that, to think about it, to attempt it, is also increasing the complexity of their play. All right, and so these reflection questions. One thing I love in creative classrooms is we don't only have a morning greeting time, but after these times of play together, we come together as a class or even in small groups, and we reflect on our play and our learning that day. And so questions to help children reflect on what they did would be, I watched several children building towers and bridges today. What, for those who were building, what were some of your biggest frustrations? So getting them to think about your frustrations and talking about that as a way to articulate and think about how they worked together and how they problem solved and how they communicated with each other and even made different attempts trial and error kinds of ideas. So I use these stems in the 4 circles to help me complete these, thinking about common problems in the block area. So think about your classrooms. Think about those challenges that you have, those misbehaviors. That's what I want you to really address here. How can you ask questions, prompt with children, interact with them to have a better outcome and be more effective in your centers? Be specific in your questions. Don't be vague. And use the stems that are offered in our book.